Happy Hump Day, everybody! Hello, friends from Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube. How is everyone's doing? Welcome back to another of my weekly LinkedIn Live 30 minutes coffee break with your LinkedIn girl. Have you guys got your coffee yet? Give me a comment. You guys know the drill, how everyone's is doing. I'm so excited to see all of you. Hello, Robert. How is it going? So good to see you back. And Raphael, good to see you. I see some new faces. I love it. Keep coming. And also, Yvonne, how are you? Let me grab my coffee. Yes, please. Oh, Raphael is getting a glass of wine. I just saw it. I love it. What? Tell me, you guys know the drill, where you're dialing in from. And in fact, that you're grabbing a glass of wine, perhaps it's a mid-afternoon for you, Raphael. Yvonne, I hope you grab your coffee. I just want to quickly chat a little bit about, coffee. It's such an interesting thing, right? Today, I am trying so hard not to drink any coffee. I'm actually in a co-working space this week, which is some of the things that I shared with some of you last week, that I will be tuning in a very special place. So today is at this beautiful place in Loft in Luxembourg. And I don't know whether I can show you a little bit, but yeah, you guys can see it. I have my own meeting rooms. It's really, really nice, and with all these cool posters at the end. So I'm really, really excited to start this session with you. And today we're going to talk about comparison is BH. All right, I hope you guys don't mind my French. And so good to see you too. Robert, I love that. No coffee, I prefer bourbon. Yes, mix it with it. I don't think Irish coffee is based with bourbon, right? I think it's with help me out. I forgot. Is it with the mix of that? And Raphael is dialing in from Shanghai. Amazing. Good to see you. And we've got a lot of really cool friends here today. I'm just so excited. And Andrew here. Regards from Luxembourg. Hello, Andrew. And Yvonne dialing in from Central Florida. Love it. Great. Yes. Espresso martini. Is it martini in Irish coffee? Oh my gosh, I'm like having a brain fart right now. Let me know. Robert, straight, no chaser. I love it. Great. All right. So no BS. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Selena, the ex-LinkedIn girl turned into the CEO of the In Academy in the middle of COVID. I'm showing up for you and this amazing community every single Wednesday to share one topic and tips or hacks to help you to get real result on LinkedIn and utilize the power of this platform and stop feeling stuck and overwhelmed and lack of time of figuring LinkedIn all by yourself. So I'm here for you. So if you're solopreneurs, business coaches, or one in making, side hustler who are looking to build a strong personal brand, turn connection into customers, and boost social engagement on LinkedIn, you, my friend, you're in the right place. Before I start, I want to share this one big happy news with all of you, is that yesterday, I have a huge big news, which the In Academy LinkedIn business page has reached 1,000 followers, 1,000 lovers, 1,000 supporters. So thank you for your love, thank you for your trust, as well as your support. We'd love to continue to sharing all the insider tips about LinkedIn, helping many, many more people to get real tangible result on LinkedIn, as well as delivering the best in-class service to our beloved clients. So to celebrate this, I have something extra special coming up. So stay tuned for Monday because I'll be announcing that. So for whoever that is tuning in right now, please let me know how excited you are about this news. And thank you very much again for supporting us, because I'm just internally grateful for that. And oh my gosh, we have some new friends. Andrew, so good to see you. Azan, I hope I do not butcher your name. Great energy. If you tune into my weekly show, you know I'm nothing but lack of is like full of energy, raw power of energy. Watching from Cameroon. Oh, wow, amazing. San, so good to see you. Congratulations to the speaker. Yes. Amazing. So I love that you guys are chatting. You guys are, I hope I build this really beautiful platform and community that you guys can connect with each other, because that's all my LinkedIn weekly show is all about. So let's get started. We are going to talk about comparison is the bitch, all right? Sorry, again, my French, but I want to really speak about this topic because I have recently been of one of the, survivor, but let's put it that way. Something that I did today is a little bit special. I do not put up any makeup today to really show, really channel my inner self, as well as I just, want to share my very raw self. I mean, for whoever that have been tuning in for a while, you know me, and I, rarely will not put up makeup, but today I just put up my foundation, and I just really want to show my very authentic self to you. And that's that one thing that creep on you without warning, which is comparison, right? Perhaps it could be you chatting with a friend, you scroll through social media on LinkedIn, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, or even just walk across the street from grocery, right? All these takes is just a dose of someone having something that you perceive as better than you. And then it strikes, all right? If you have that, or you have that feeling, give me a fire emoji. Let me know you have experienced that. And your brain started to inject toxic, thoughts about yourself, right? You will feel guilty, you're ashamed, you feel worthless. And that's called comparisonitis. We all suffer from it. And you're not alone, because I literally just survived from it. And I'll share a little bit on my story later. And that's a term that I first learned when I read, comparisonitis. I learned from Melissa and Bosorini book. If you guys know them, if you guys know her, she's amazing. And I read this book called How to Stop Comparing Yourself to Others and Be Genuinely Happy. And that just popped up to my mind that today I really, really want to speak about this topic with you. If you ever felt you're in that space, just let me know, because I felt you. And hello, Millie, good to see you. Onsa, absolutely. We will talk about how you can scale up LinkedIn for sure. And you can ask me tons of questions related to it. But today we're going to talk about comparison is the bitch, all right? And on some, perception is not always reality. Absolutely. And Robert said, me either, no makeup. Yes. Love it, Robert. You're such a charm. I love it. And Kish, so good to see you again, girl. Welcome to my weekly live show. And yeah, so I mean, everybody suffer from it, right? And you just need to acknowledge it. And I'm going to share with you 5 tips today how you can conquer it, how you can survive from it. And we constantly compare ourselves to one another, like compare basically everything, right? The looks, we talk about makeup. I constantly afraid that, you know, I got pimples when I go live, or when I do talk show, when I speak at a stage in front of 100 people. Like what happened? You know, the looks, the career. We're all at LinkedIn. We're all on Facebook. We're all on Instagram. We compare about that. We compare finances. That's why you always see people brand themselves with like 6 figures entrepreneur, 7 figures entrepreneur. I don't like that. And you hear me now, and I hope that you will catch me if later in my entrepreneur role, I ever market myself as 5 figures or 7 figures or like, I don't know, like 8 figures entrepreneur. Please drag me back and go back to reality, because I absolutely don't like that. I mean, finances, possessions, what type of things you have, houses, you know, cars, talent, all of the things that determine our worth, right? So at some point, we all felt short. Then what? I asked, right? Will we allow all these comparisons to steal our worth, our identity, our happiness, to make matter worse, right? Comparison culture is only going to expand. And thanks to social media, I mean, you and I are still on it. I know it's a little bit like ironic to talk about that, but I'm going to give you actual practical steps that how you can make sure you're catching yourself comparing with others, and have this overload of information at our fingertips. And we have a lot of opportunity to basically compare ourselves than ever before, right? So when is your last time that evil thoughts of comparing yourself with somebody appear, my friends? Drop me that time frame. I will drop mine right now. It's last weekend. I had this crazy moment where I caught myself that I have been comparing myself with competitors. And the thing is, these are all these things that you just create in your mind, right? And it's really difficult. And I just want to say very quickly hi to Jessica, my friend tuning in from Instagram, as well as living live at EDPG. So happy that you're here. And so yeah, so these are a couple of things that I really want to speak with you about today. And also definitely, and very complex is just a feeling of thinking you're not up to standard, right? And I will share with you one really great feelings when you really get beyond that. And Yosama, my friend, he's in the house. Absolutely. Yosama, you're just absolutely amazing connector. I mean, for whoever that are tuning in from Instagram, you don't know what I'm talking about. We're on LinkedIn, and there's a lot of awesome comments coming up all the time. And I just want to basically give credit to Yosama. I mean, Yosama not just say hi to me. He even say hi to everyone. That's what a loyal, engaged community that I'm trying to provide here. I want to serve you, right? So I hope that that's a great way to connect with others. And Yosama said every few days. Yes, absolutely. It's keep popping up. And today I'm going to help you to tackle it all together. And Kish said, comparing yourself can end up demotivating you. Absolutely. Take inspiration, but understanding there is much beyond what you see on social media is important. Absolutely, girl. I am so with you on that. And also I'm saying, never worry when others are more than you. Stand up and make a difference. Absolutely. And Nate, my man, so good to see you as well. Thank you so much for tuning in. And let's go ahead and talk about this. Comparison is bitch, all right? And so my evil thoughts, last time I checked, is happening last weekend, so that's really bad. And I am going to talk and share some tips how you can navigate comparison. I mean, it's never going to be you're going to remove from it. Let's be real, right? We can't say let's avoid comparison and it's going to be poof, it's gone, right? And so we're going to identify that. And we're human is wired to want to belong, to have a connection with some other people. That's like genuine how we do it. But it's about the reframing, right? Like Osan and Kish, as well as Osama said earlier. And I think we all could use an extra shot of coffee. I'm so grateful that I have this coffee today. I miss actually having takeaway coffee because sometimes my coffee machine is amazing. I love the flavor, but sometimes it's nice to have like coffee outside, if you know what I mean. And take that extra shot with me to master, I like to call this, your mean girl and your mean boy, right? Because they are basically badging you, like Kish said, demotivating you, right? Put the condition of comparisonitis under a microscope and unpack those symptoms. And let's heal from this disease together and liberate your headspace and raise your self-worth so radically that you never let comparison rob your happiness again. Could you send me a fire emoji? Are you agreeing with what you say? If you are declaring today with me, let's do this. So when you compare your life to someone else, you're setting up an unfair playing field from the start. Okay, I want to repeat myself with that. Comparing your life with someone else, you are setting up an unfair playing field from the start. Why? Because there's no two people are exactly alike. Even twins, they're different. With different genetics, with different thumbprints, there's different life experience, there's different personalities even, right? Embrace the uniqueness of what makes who you are. Comparing yourself with others is a surefire recipe that it will drop your self-confidence and ultimately unhappiness. So why doing that to yourself? So how can you navigate comparison and break that cycle and free up all those mental space, mental bandwidth, and finally thrive in your very own terms? So when I'm doing research on this episode, when I'm preparing for it, I stumbled upon Jake Shetty on purpose, one of his book, and I read something that he said, quit the voice of comparison in your life. And one thing I love to quote him is, he said, what we don't always realize is that we're comparing our behind the scene to someone else's highlight reel. I want to stop here. Do you agree with me? It's so freaking true. When we don't always we don't realize we're comparing our behind the scene to someone else highlight reel. People only publish things on social media they want you to see. They want you to remember, right? So that's really, really crucial. So start making that behind the scene yours and take ownership from them. You know, so find ways to stop comparing yourself to others, how to define your own personal success, right? So first of all, there is healthy, which is upward comparison. There's also toxic, downward comparison. So let me quickly explain a couple of ideas that you have. And yesterday I went to gym, and you somehow know I've been doing this challenge with my community as well as with everyone here today about that. And gym is a very good example of it could be an upward and healthy comparison. For example, you're on a treadmill, you're running very fast, you're happy, and then there's another person joining in and just right next to you. And they start cranking up the speed next to you and the incline as well. And you felt like, oh, actually, I can do that too. And you're being encouraged in that environment to crank up the speed as well as, speeding up your incline. And after the workout, you felt like, oh, I feel so good about myself. I felt so proud of myself. And it's so true. I can push myself to the limit to do even further, right? I can go harder. And I don't think I could. That is a healthy upward comparison. But how about downwards, right? Okay, let me give you one more healthy comparison in workspace, right? For example, new work environment, you just join into a new company. You don't know how to be in relation with that person. For example, your boss, you don't know how to deal with that. And they could be getting annoyed if you are late for a meeting for 1 minute, or they're super chill about everything. You look around in comparison. How is everyone reacting in relation with that person? And you can gauge and change your behavior in accordance to the data you receive, right? So you know, oh, they treat the manager like this, so I will change a little bit, right? So this is a healthy way of comparison. Okay, how does it turn to toxic? This is where I want to, share a little bit, shedding the light of the entire show today. It becomes comparisonitis when we compare ourselves and then we attribute meaning to it. We make up toxic ideas to what doesn't really mean to others, but to us, right? And we make it, mean, negative, something that like demotivating, like what Kish said earlier about ourselves, right? So many examples. So for example, Instagram is a great example. You saw all these amazing travel of your friends every day. You saw people like taking pictures with, I don't know, like Ferrari, all these nice cars where they go on holidays, all these things to show off. Again, this is what they want you to see. You don't see the behind the scene. Maybe they got a sponsorship. Maybe they got friends that inviting them to their car, right? Like there's so many things behind the scene that you don't know. And you start criticizing yourself like, oh, my life is boring. I mean, my family can't afford it, whatever. You spiral into that comparisonitis, an unhealthy downward comparison. And that's what we need to address. And that's what we need to become aware of. And that's eat away of us every day. And which is not what we want, right? So I think that's something that I really, really want everyone to take note of, that there is positive comparison as well as negative comparison. And I will start with the very first step or ways that you need to help yourself with. But before doing that, I want to say welcome to Cameron joining, as well as Jessica and Sandy and Osan. I mean, I love that you put so much thought into this topic, Osan. I'm very, very appreciating you. You're saying comparing your life to someone else is absolutely different, right? We were never born the same with the same mission. Yes, that's right. And that's exactly a perfect segue and a perfect point to my next one. And someone said, boom, yes. And James, so good to see you, buddy. And hello. And Andrew said, also Christian Knightley said, yeah, love that. Like keep interacting with others. So Osan said a really good point. Osan said basically one of the things that I wanna point out is define what success and happiness truly means to you about your life. Physically, financially, emotionally, mentally, as well as spiritually. If you don't do this step, if you don't define it, you're forced to use the definition of others, right? Because you don't know. You don't have the base of it. You will have the default settings or definition of others. You borrow what other people think about success for you, right? Okay, let's put physically as a really good idea. Someone like, athlete like Roger Federer, I absolutely love him. Serena Williams. If we all compare ourselves with them, athletes that are performing highly in the top of the world, we'll feel inadequate. We'll feel like powerless because they have a different set of definition of success, right? Why? Because that linked to their livelihood, that linked to how they make money, that linked to their career, and they have like all day, like they have different teams that supporting them in order to contribute to the success. They have their own health team, they have their workout team, they have nutrition team, they have basically teams of every area of their life, right? Because their body physical goals is their life. So compare is so hard, to win if you don't have that, base, definition, how you see success as well as happiness of your own. Do you agree with what I'm saying here? So do you have your own definition, my friends, of success and happiness for you? And let me give more examples so that it would sort of like channel it a little bit better. Somebody can be financially reaching money at certain age. There's so many society telling us, oh, you need to make 7 figures, 6 figures by the age you're 30. You by 35, you should have your own family, and then you send them to what cool prestige school. And if you don't go to that XYZ university, you're not worthy, right? But what if someone have a meaningful, fulfilled career but makes less money and they're happy? Or what if you make a lot of money but doesn't really allow you the time to take holidays, right? So what my point is, there's always a shift of scale. There's no one is going to have it all. Trust me. Even if it appears that way, but the timeline is not linear, my friend. That's the biggest challenge to this definition of success and happiness of life. It's fine not to have it all at the same time. It's fine because we're all pursuing different stage of life of success as well as happiness. You can give up that false desire to have it all at the same time. Trust me on that, my friend. They have a different set of priorities, and so do you. So you need to figure out all by yourself what you truly stand for. So do you have that definition of success and happiness? Do you have that? Every person is blessed in their own ways. Yes, absolutely, Yusama. And Osan said, knowing the secret to compare positively will help you behave comfortable and maintain your personalities. Absolutely. And that's all the things that we're going to talk about today. So I hope the very first fundamentals is one of the things that you truly need to think about when it comes to defining your own success as well as defining what happiness is for you, because everybody will have different sets of priority. Okay, let's drill down to how you can stop yourself and start taking ownership and control of your mental space, which is stop comparing yourself, right? Most often we do these like social comparison without really realizing it. It's true. And it's come natural. Like I said, it struck you. And once you realize it, that you start comparing yourself, give yourself a pause. When I say a pause, meaning like, do something different, caught yourself or something. Don't berate yourself or feel bad. Acknowledge that thought and gently change the focus. So there's a couple of actual solutions and actual practices that I have been doing for myself so that I can kick that bad vibe up, all right? And I hope I can help you with that. First one is stop taking your phone to the toilet. All right, you might be laughing at me at this point, but it's so true. And it helps me so much. And who here, raise your hand, take your phone to the bathroom? If you do, give me a hands or give me a fire emoji so that I know you're aligned with this. And I will share with you the impact if you do this to stop taking your phone to the toilet, to the bathroom. All right. And how much time are you spending on social media each day, right? You can see your screen time on your phone. And you can plan also a social media free Sunday. So if some of you have been following me for a while, I have been showing up for my community every single day. And also on Instagram and also on multiple different channels. And I want to share with you that it's fine. But if you can take one day a week that it's free social media, you will see a huge change. And again, I want to remind you that social media is everyone's highlighting reel. And sometimes it's fun. Take that pause, free up that mind space for yourself for just one day a week. It's not much. It's really not much. So I hope those actual solutions will help you. Next up, Yosama is going to love it. Yosama give me like the hands up emoji. So you definitely have been there, done that. And and Andrew fire emoji with all been there, done that as well. And also said happiness is priceless. Absolutely couldn't agree more. And I have done it several times. I mean, me too. So next one, it's counting your blessing. Count what you have, not what you don't. Think about how lucky you are to have what you have right now, to have the people in your life that truly care about you, and to be alive, right? Think about COVID. So many people are taking their lives away because of COVID and other different diseases. And you have everything you need to accomplish good in your little section of the world. Find that motivation in them to pursue more. Know your core values, right? So count your blessing. Moving on to next, number 4, focusing on your strength. We need to stay in our own lane, my friends, instead of focusing on your weakness or other people's strength. Identifying your own strength is the number 1 key here. Celebrate them, proud of them. When people tell you how good you are in several things, take ownership of that. Say thank you to them because it is. We need to celebrate you. Don't ever, when people give you tons of compliment and say, oh, stop there. No, embrace it because you are so worth those compliments. Find good about them. Work on using them to your best advantage. So here are a couple of actual solutions that you can do to really stay in your own lane and focusing on your strength. Number 1, follow people who inspire you. Inspire you live, motivate you to strive better, become a better person. Inject a positive mindset. And they will genuinely want you to be, successful. Surround them with that. Follow these people. Look up to your mentor. Look up your coaches. Go and find a mentor. Find a life coach that will lead your life to be better. Want you to be truly successful. Surround with people like that. All right? Agree? Great. And let me see a couple really cute notes here. Osan said, wow, that's great. Never to be a slave to social media. Yes. So try to block 1 day a week. Trust me, just 1 day to do that for me. And Yosama said, you're a great example of many. Selena Young, keep my awesomeness. Thank you. I know I'm awesome and you too, my friend. And also said, focus on the strength by identifying your own strength and work on then on your own weaknesses. Absolutely. I agree 120% also. And Yosama said, oh, you always inspire me. And you too. I love all the quotes that you have. Rob said, I think I joined your live show last week. Like Rob said, I really hope you keep like a notebook about, your own quotes. All right. So moving on to next is focusing on journey. Progress matters. So we are all in this journey together. You're searching for something. We're all searching for something. There's always something you will become, to learn, to create, to excel, right? Strive towards something bigger than yourself. If you're on my live show last week, I know Yosama, I know Steven, I know Andrew, and a couple of you are tuning in today, and Cameron and Jessica tuning in today, listening to me with this session. Know that always look up to something bigger. Like last time we talked about your voices, right? Envision where your voice is going to be. Is it going to be in that huge stadiums? Is it going to help other people? Is it going to empower other people? Strive towards something bigger than yourself. Make your life meaningful. Life is not a competition. It's a journey. Progress counts. So for example, some of the things that, true to my story is when I quit my corporate job, right? I work for my own. Now I have my own company, the In Academy. People don't really understand. And even one of my parents don't understand. They're like, why are you giving up this steady, high paying job in the middle of COVID and try to do something risky? It's not the best time to do it. It's not the journey you want to take. You want to be successful, right? And that's going back to my very first point. How successful defined me is what happiness defined me. One, some of the things that I impact many others positively, that helps me, right? So that's truly give me the value. So I know what I love every single day. And that's super meaningful. And I have I have this incredible community like all of you that tuning in and week out, listening to me, right? And supporting each other. And I get to serve all the time. And I'm getting to make all these difference impact positively in the world through every single one of you. And you give me that opportunity, and I'm so grateful for that. So make choices and make that meaningful, powerful move that focusing on your own journey, not others. I hope this is really helpful for you. All right, ready for the very last point. I love that. Yes, I like Onsan said, no one is easily successful without a mentor. Absolutely. Stephen said, don't fall victim to your own mind games. Oh, love that. Yes, I'm going to quote you on it. And Dixon said, dream big. Absolutely. Dixon, I'm so appreciative of you tuning in and week out like Stephen, as well as Yosama. So I'm so glad that you guys are listening. And listen to your heart, follow your voice to achieve your own goals and dream. Absolutely, Osan. And Yosama said, big ups to you. Absolutely. Thank you. And Arturo, so glad that you're tuning in. You can't control what other people do and think. Absolutely, I agree. So you can only thrive in your own terms. So control your own thought. Absolutely. And it's a practice that we all need to do. All right. So last but not least is going to be a way that I love the most, but also quite cheesy. And it's okay to be imperfect. Really. Delete perfection. Literally, this word perfection from your dictionary. Stop saying perfect. Stop. Just stop. Because I'm certainly not perfect. And I have learned to be okay with it. No one is perfect. There's nobody is going to be 100 angle is a perfect person. And unless it's a higher power, it's not perfect. We're not God, right? So that's an important space to be found, remembering that nobody is perfect and nobody is living a painless life. It's just life. We not all need to figure all by ourselves. So triumph requires an obstacle to overcome, right? And if you have been following me for a while, I always said the difficult roads always lead to beautiful destination. And that's how I see life. So just keep improving and don't think you will ever reach to be that perfect person. And stop letting other people set rules, set definition on what is really truly means for success as well as happiness for you. So here we go, my friends. I hope this session is helpful. I know there's a lot of mental talk here, but I think it's just one of the things that I truly need to identify and talk to you about today. And as humans, it's all nature to compare ourselves to others. But if you try the 6 ways that I just shared with you about, and nothing good is going to come out from it if you continue in comparing yourself, right? Like also said earlier, nothing good is happening. And like Usama said, it happens to us all the time, every other day. But as long as you caught yourself, acknowledge it. So let's stop comparing ourselves to others. We are not born to live the life like this, right? There's no sense to waste our life, our energy, being jealous of other people because there's just not the right ones. And to Jay Shetty said, right? Stop comparing saying you're behind the scene of your life to someone's highlighting reel, especially on social media. Take those practice, take those action that I talk about. Give yourself one day free out of social media. My day is Sunday. I hope you got one as well. Stop taking phones to bathroom. All these actionable tips, I hope it helps you. And let's start living our lives in our very own terms. If you're not going to do your best work, unleash your very special, unique gift in your life, you simply cannot, really cannot be concerned with how you are compared with others. You have much to celebrate. You're entirely unique. Start thinking about all the things that you do have, the things that you love, the people that you surrounding you that spark you joy and love who you are and support whatever you do. Count those blessings that life have given you and make this as a regular practice. Make that as your muscle every single day. Like Yosama said, if things pop up every now and then, and Andrew gave me a fire emoji earlier, then push them down. Then you will successfully break that cycle of comparison, liberate your headspace, and be finally genuine happy with your own life. So I hope today's message is strong. I hope that it's helpful for all of you. And I can't wait to see you next week for that special announcement. I know I'm running a little bit out in time for 8 minutes, but I'm so glad that all of you are here with me today and listening to me that talking about comparison is a bitch. It is really a bitch. And I hope you all kick it out of your life because it's not worth of our time. And thanks so much for tuning in to my weekly LinkedIn live show. Again, please join me to my next episode because it's going to be extra special. That is for you, specifically about LinkedIn. And remember to download our freebies, 8 LinkedIn plug-and-play cover templates for entrepreneurs as well as coaches. And the download link, I will send it right below, right after the show. And I truly appreciate every one of you dialing in. And just want to say thank you, Onsan, for your amazing energy, Yosama and Andrew. Thank you so much. And Atiro, I hope I did not butcher your name, Dixon, Steven, and Andrew. Oops. Yvonne, so happy that you're here today, and James as well, and many of you, and Robert, oh my gosh, thank you. And I hope to see each of you next week, the same time at 3 p.m. Central European time, and I think it's 9 a.m. Eastern time, and I will see you all soon. Bye for now. Bye, my friend. Have a great, happy home day.